Okay, Cookies here with turn 79, I believe. We're in the fall of year 6. So we finished a couple levels of enchantment. TNN claims a throne. We cast some Twiceborn, Cloud Trapeze, Curse of Blood, and several Akashic records. So we'll take a look at those graphs. We reorganized the blood hunting, so it's not great. Is that like 98 slaves? And then we have a few battles. So we have the Misty Bog, clearing out more independents. And these ones are event-based, so this should be pretty simple. Okay. Now, what's cool about this is some evil forces at work. The dead in the old graveyard have been restless. So I looked up this event chain, and what I'm going to end up doing is sending a vampire here. And the vampire has a very good chance of controlling dead, and it should give me a free source of undead. So I'm going to continue patrolling here, and I'm going to send this vampire over. Next up is... Now, I had communicated with TNN about this particular province, and I don't know if he felt like he was just entitled to it, or if he wanted to bump and kill some of my stuff, but we will end up bumping. Let's take a look at the initial fight first. So a small group of Storm Demons, some Vanheims, this Hearse, pretty basic Bane, who could hold more, but can't at the moment. And then against some PD. And that goes pretty well. Then we have the second battle in Shalad, where Rox comes flying in on his magic carpet, again with the Scutata Volturna, so he's gonna do Iron Skin and knock out his shock resistance against Storm Demons. Here we are on the defense. Alright, so he does come in, and he absolutely deletes things around him. So he hit the Draconian for 19, hit the Vanheim, where I believe the Vanheim killed himself on charge body. Yeah. So that's a mistake in scripting on my part. I'll figure this out eventually, but probably not yet. And then he hits with his Frostbrand, does some more damage to the Surf Warrior bodyguard, and hits the Vanheim for a massive flame strike, hits the Surf Warrior for way too much damage, and does some more damage to the Draconian. So he nearly deletes everything around him, and then gets stunned because his shock resistance is gone, even though he has Phoenix Pyre. So he's gonna die here. He was just out of range of exploding the Bane too, and he's still stunned because apparently that's a thing. Dies again. And it'll only take one more. And there he goes. So we've killed him, we lost our Hearse, a Surf Warrior, and 2 Vanheims, and we got some gear. So all in all, I'll take it. And then next up, a battle in the Wood of Many Paths. So this little crew is moving to, so they've rear-geared a little bit. Not horribly so, but oh, I left the water bottle on this guy. Well, alright. And we're going after these demon knights, led by a succubus who has all sorts of gear. I don't know what happened here, but oh my goodness, look at all the gear. Okay. Oh, jumps back here and dies. Lose one storm demon, find some gear. Yep, attacked by the undead. And so we have a battle in the Misty Bog. Whole bunch of shadow soldiers, which are kind of neat. And the spectral mage. So now it's somewhat scary. Well, these guys are fighting the infantry. And they completely ignore the mage back here, which is unfortunate. But we do end up winning. No losses, so pretty good. And so yeah, so now we've consolidated a little bit more. Just one more pack of independence. Macone has an island. Can't really get to it right now. Not super worried about it. This fort's under siege now. So these guys can move again. They don't need to stay here and guard this. And I'm gonna continue blood hunting, forging a bloodstone, getting some Call of the Winds. This palisade is still going up for the Banefire Forge. Still moving troops this way towards this throne, and I'm claiming it this turn. Doing some forging, more blood hunting. Getting another Ivy King. Can't seem to get enough of them at the moment. I got the Dwarf Elders forging. So getting some hammers. Skull Staff. Getting a Mound Fiend here to do some skeleton summoning with this thing. And then assembling some gear, so I have some kits for thugs in the future, and assembling some boosters if I need them. Also finishing this palisade, getting some temples down, moving the Dominion. And yeah, nothing too crazy. Starting to get some shadow imps for, rather than paying for indie scouts or these really expensive van scouts. Gonna go for the shadow imps to funnel blood slaves. And I've got the, just getting more patrol chaff. There's a lot of bodies here. So pretty soon I'm gonna start casting those spells to turn those corpses into soulless. So I have more patrol chaff. Yeah, so just kind of consolidating and getting my bearings on the world. And then graphs. So I'm not as bad off as I thought in terms of provinces. I just don't have any sort of growth scales to like scale my income. So we've got Yomi here, Atlantis, and then, what was that, Agartha? So I'll try to get TNN next turn. Then we've got some forts. We're in third place, but I'm about to have a few going up, so maybe I'll tie with Atlantis then. In income, I'm doing A-OK. Gem income, quite a gap. That's because of globals. In research, I'm #1 though. Then Dominion, struggling a little bit. Army size, things are improving. So, and as I get all this patrol chaff, it should start shooting up. Not going to compete with all Yomi's free spawn from End of Culture, though. I do share this with some other players like Atlantis and TNN to kind of let them know Yomi's a little out of control, even for free spawn. And then Ascension points. Cool. Well, this is probably the beginning of a series of just build-up turns. So the metals are going to start slowing down a lot, at least for the time being. So the turns should start going a little bit faster. But if you're interested in what all I was trying to do, feel free to tune into these. I guess another thing is I'm making some shade mails. Oh my gosh, my neighbors. Alright. And the goal with these shade mails is to hide these elder dwarves as they traverse all this empty space to get over here. So just to keep them safe from harm, and including like indie attacks with my misfortune domain. So yeah. So I'll catch you in the next one. And oh, and I guess I distributed some gems to a lot of these guys in case stuff happens, or they I became very paranoid after the bump of TNN Banshees coming in and assassinating all my commanders, so I gave a lot of my commanders gems to defend themselves. But yeah, I'll go ahead and see you in turn 80. Bye.